Hello, happy Sunday. November the 16th, a rainy, chilly day. Anyway, I was looking at an article where they were talking about ISIS beheaded another man. Of course, I didn't look at no video. Um, and they had some British guy just standing there with this like bloody head. Anyway, I don't understand the Middle East. I understand that they've had a lot of riches and gold and a lot of minerals and natural resources that was the British, the German, the Americans all needed. You know what I'm saying? Like oil and gold, etc. That these countries produce, and remind me of an old story. About when the white men first showed up there. That these were, not war people, peaceful people that lived off the land, whatever. And they supposedly had communication and electricity. And supposedly when these white people showed up at their shores, and the Great Crusaders, which was the Christian Union. Anyway, getting all these riches for Rome. Okay, but anyway, that when they first mingled with them, within 5 to 7 days, these people died. And there was another group that was more of a what you might call a working class group. The other ones they wasn't like we have now. There were politicians that studied, and moved up because of their ability to utilize and think, and But also you got to understand. But anyway, so there was this. I guess you would say. I don't know what you call it, art. It's not an art, but it's a gold. They use gold for. And anyway, the Roman soldiers was chasing them. They got on supposedly because they supposedly had steam engine. But anyway, so that group, it took them 21 days to die. So what happened? The ones that didn't escape, that mingled with them, they died, even though they supposedly stole all their goods and everything else. And I think that the death of the last one was supposed to be like in the winter, December, from this one particular group. And this was supposed to have been going on in the Arab. And then, you had a big. That is how they was able to capture, but they figured out that they had to suppress the women because of the simple fact that the women you birth them and everything, and it is your responsibility to make sure this child is able to feed, clothe, and house themselves. But they was, these were scientists, and because they studied nature and they understood it in such a form. Because women, you're gonna count, you're gonna, you have one period and next, nothing else to do. You start counting, you start realizing, you have to feed, clothe, and house another being for a certain amount of time. But it's a lot easier anyway. So I think now what is happening is the results of centuries of the misinformation to the Arab people, being manipulated, drugged and used for the riches, and now they're 180 out from what reality for their survival is. You should be more looking towards clothes, feeding, and housing, raising up your women, not as some separate entity that but as a because if you're doing these things to your women and you're cutting off people's heads, you're doing all that stuff. anyway, that you're bought into the propaganda. It's just another way to infiltrate and use you. I don't know why somebody from Britain would leave Britain unless they were chastised and bullied so bad that, so I don't know a lot of the politics, but it's a sick thing, it's a sad thing, and you would think that the Arabs would grow up and realize that maybe they should be using some other a currency. All they need to do is one of them, right, use their oil in a different currency besides backing these big corporations' interests. With their interests is to keep you at war and fighting so they could keep stealing your stuff and giving a few of you motherfuckers a little twinkle. They got you led by your goddamn nose. But the murder is bad, and God don't like that. So, and don't think that you're, what I'm saying, if you think, oh yeah, well, I'm going to do this for Allah, and then I'm going to have 70 slaves. No, there's no such thing that a female has to have a fucking nightmare for a man to have, be happy. It doesn't work that way. Where you're going to end up is in hell of your own making. Shalom.